we can. It's The Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight, Mike Myers, singer Belinda Carlisle, and Philadelphia Philly John Kruk. Plus, Paul Schaefer and the CBS Orchestra. And now, a man who loves them full-color brochures, David Letterman.
Thank you very much. Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. That's awfully nice of you. Welcome to the big CBS program. My name is Dave. Did you folks, I guess everybody in America last night saw the President Clinton health care address to the joint houses of Congress. Did you all see that? Well, none of it makes any sense to me. I don't understand any of it. But here's something I did think was fascinating, and you probably read about this. Last night, because there was some kind of screw-up, the president had the wrong speech loaded into his teleprompter. So now to me this, spells trouble. So President Clinton for like 5 minutes had to ad-lib. And I'm watching it and I think to myself, now I know this, I think he did an excellent job covering. And thinking back on it, I think the only time I really thought maybe something was wrong when he turned around to Al Gore and said, boy, you really look nice in blue. And I thought, well, that... By the way, sir, you look really nice in blue as well. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of health care, did you memorize any of these statistics? The federal government spends $253 billion on health care. That's an amazing sum, and out of that sum, they spend a staggering $3 million restoring share. I had no idea. My goodness. New York City, boy, I feel badly about the school kids here in New York City. You know all about this now. The schools were closed. They had to inspect them for the hazardous asbestos. Then they reopened them, and now I think there are more problems. And the New York City schools now do have some of this dangerous stuff is still in them. And I'm telling you, it's gotten so bad. I hear that some of these grade schoolers here in New York City, they're so worried about their health with the asbestos, they're considering giving up cigarettes. So I don't know. That idea... Oh, please. You folks remember Walter Mondale, don't you? Vice President to, I believe it was Jimmy Carter. Well, Walter Mondale is the new ambassador to Japan. And today there was a ceremony in Tokyo where he presented his credentials to the officials in Japan. Mark my words, I think it's just a matter of time before Japan is completely swept over by Mondale mania. Just jot that down. Just at any time now, Mondale mania. Speaking of charisma, Ross Perot will have a... Ross Perot will be hosting his own talk show on CNBC on Saturday night. And this will be interesting to see how he does as a host of a television show. I just hope, because I'm going to watch, I'm going to dial in and see what it looks like. I just hope that while Ross Perot is hosting this show, he has the good sense to kind of hold his head still. Just hold it still, because I find that whenever I watch Ross Perot on television, if he starts, moving his ears around, then it screws up reception. So hold very still, Ross. Some interesting kind of sad news from the world of baseball. A man named Ethan Allen. This guy was 89 years old. He was a former Major League Baseball player, passed away earlier in the week. It's really too bad. He had a great career, 89 years old, lived a long, full life, and the timing couldn't have been worse because he had just signed a 2-year, $4 million deal with the Mets, and that maybe... They're here tonight with Cy Sperling. This is interesting also. Danish deep-sea divers have recovered a German submarine left over from World War II, one of those old German U-boats. So the divers went down about 40,000 feet of water. They found the boat. It's completely intact. Yeah, about 40,000 feet. And they brought it back up, and they opened it up, and the submarine had some surprising things in it. It was loaded. It had like 400 cases of wine and 2,000 condoms. Hey, talk about your love boat, you know what I mean? That's the old... Talk about... Oh, come on. No. Are you really getting excited about this Yasser Arafat? He was in Washington a couple of weeks ago for the big peace accord. This week now, he's in China. He was in Beijing meeting with the Chinese leaders, and he said to the leaders, he said, I'm very optimistic about the prospects for peace. And the leaders of China said to Yasser Arafat, they said, Yasser, you have some mushu pork in your beard. So that's how it went over there. That man's never been happier in his entire life. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful broadcast for you tonight from Saturday Night Live, and Wayne's World. Our old friend Mike Myers is on the show. Yeah, Mike Myers. Also, Belinda Carlisle, always a treat to have her with us. And you know, the New York Mets have not done well this year. They've lost like over 100 ball games, which is, that won't even keep you in third place. So tonight we have a representative from the National League East leading Philadelphia Phillies, first baseman, number 29, John Kruk. Now here's his friend Paul Schaefer, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Paul, how are you? Nice to see you. You know, what I did last night when I got home, I was up in the attic. I couldn't sleep, and I'm wrestling around upstairs, and I come across, are you like me? Do you have like thousands and thousands of old records?
Yes. We are like you, yes.
Right.
We have
Okay.
thousands of records.
So I'm looking at these records, and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab up a bushel basket of these records, I'm going to bring them into the show, and I'm going to share them with you folks, and just give you an idea what my record collection is like. For example, I have one right here. Now, these are all interesting, all kind of entertaining, a little unusual. Here, maybe you remember this kid. This is Eddie Hodges. This was a record he must have done when he was about 12. And we're going to be listening to him sing Ain't Gonna Wash No More. Ain't Gonna Wash for a Week. Here we go. Play it, Hal. And the other side of this is a song called But I'm Still Gonna Drive My New York City Cab. This one is an album I found upstairs last night. It's called Paper People. Now, this is a training record for people who sell newspapers. Listen to this carefully now.
If the news is from another country, it is world news. If the news is from somewhere in the United States, it is national news. And if the story is from your state or your own city, then it is local news.
Yeah. You know, interestingly enough, I had the same conversation today in the CBS commissary with Dan Rather. Fascinating. Fascinating. This one is called Body by Jake. We're going to be listening tonight to a cut called Don't Quit. Here we go, Body by Jake. This is Dave. Stop making records. You're not in show business. Here's a nice little item right here. This is from performance artist Karen Finley. It's called The Truth is Hard to Swallow. And tonight we're going to hear a little selection called Nothing Happened is what we'll be listening to here tonight.
Oh, I voted for Jesse Jackson, honey, and nothing happened. Oh, I worked for ERA, and nothing happened. Oh, so I decided to go out to the nightclubs, baby, and nothing happened. Oh, I went to the tunnel, I went to Palladium, and nothing happened. Oh, so I joined the art world, and nothing happened. I walked through Soho, baby, and nothing happened. Oh, so I quit drugs and booze, and nothing happened.
Okay. The record company released this album, and nothing happened. Well, that worked? Nothing. Here's a little item for movie buffs. We have the soundtrack from the film Godzilla. We would have also accepted helicopter. Here's a record featuring Ed McMahon entitled, What Do You Want to Do When You Grow Up? Ed McMahon.
An astronaut, or a cowboy, a keeper in a zoo. What have you decided? What do you want to do? A secretary, a teacher, or an actress in a show. What do you want to be? Is it too soon to know? An engineer, a fireman, or a driver of a truck?
Mommy, that man smells like beer. Here's a little something entitled Sexual IQ Test, and tonight we'll be listening to cut number 64. Here we go.
64. When I make love, I like to talk, or scream, or say something obscene.
Thank you, Vice President Gore. That's more than we really wanted to know. Here's one. It's a CD. It's called Barney's Favorite. It's the lovable little giant purple lizard that everybody seems to enjoy. We're going to be listening to a cut called I Love You. This is Barney, the dinosaur. I love you.
You love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too?
Okay, that was Barney the dinosaur. That's nice. Very nice. All right, let's go on to the...
Won't you say you love me too?
Barney the big purple dinosaur. Our next record is...
Won't you say you love me too?
Okay, thank you very much, Barney. We'll come back to you a little bit later. Our next record is something called...
Won't you say you love me too?
Okay, I love you, Barney. No, it's just a guy in a big purple lizard suit. That's all it is.
Oh, but that was sweet.
It's like a just giant puppet. That's all that is right there. And finally, we have a record here from Helen Gurley Brown. It's called Lessons in Love. We're going to be listening to Side 2, Cut 5, How to Talk to a Man in Bed. Here we go. Helen Gurley Brown.
Asking questions is charming. Isn't this the loveliest? Do you like me? Are you glad we're here?
You know, I wonder what it would be like if Helen Gurley Brown was in bed with that guy from the sexual IQ test. I wonder...
How would that sound like?
I wonder what that conversation would sound like.
Do you like me?
No?
I like to talk, or scream, or say something obscene.
Are you glad we're here?
Seeing my regular sex partner nude turns me on.
Isn't this the loveliest?
Won't you say you love me?
Yeah. You bet. The password for tonight's program is, Mommy, that man smells like beer. There you go. We're going to do a commercial. We'll be right back here with Mike Myers. Nice to see you, folks. Thanks for being here. Orchestra, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. Mike Myers is here. Belinda Carlisle and John Kruk from the Philadelphia Phillies. Could we hear number 29, please?
29. Most people perform the sexual act at least 15 times a week.
Yeah, it seems about right. So, a 5-day week, that's 3 times a day.
That's right.
Wow.
Well,
so last night we're watching the president the presidential speech, and he holds up this card. We have one of these cards. Hal, roll the videotape. This is President Bill Clinton last night. I think this is a good idea. See, it's a national security health care card.
Package of benefits.
Yeah, okay. That's what it is. So we called down to the White House today, and they sent us one up here. I have a copy of one right here. Look at that. There's the card that he was holding last night. You turn it over, read some of this interesting stuff in the back. Security card guarantees you a comprehensive package of benefits that can never be taken away, and also entitles you to a free order of fries at participating McDonald's. That ain't a bad deal. You see, that's what we need more of. Number 60.
60.
Uh-huh.
When I touch my partner's sex organ,
Whoa!
I get excited.
Okay, fine. Take a seat, sir. Lord. I hope Barney didn't hear that. Oh, good. All right, Barney. I love you too, Barney. You know, every night I have some reason why I can't go to sleep. Something sticks in my head and it rolls around and I can't get to sleep.
Yeah.
And tonight, 15 times a week. That will stick in my head and keep me from getting to sleep. I have the copy of tonight's top 10 list right here, ladies and gentlemen, from the Home Office in Sioux City, Iowa. It's another good one if you're a baseball fan or truly an American. Top 10 reasons, the top 10 New York Mets excuses. That's what we have tonight. They've done very, very poorly this season, ladies and gentlemen. Over 100 losses. Top 10 New York Met excuses. Here we go, number 10. All those empty seats are distracting. Right. Number 9. Part of a grand plan to make Florida Marlins overconfident next year. Number 8. Pitchers on other teams throw the ball really fast. Number 7. 2 words, guaranteed contracts. Number 6. Number 6, mistake to let Don Knotts bat cleanup. Well, how about that? Yeah, that does seem like it would be. Oh, my. 15 times a year.
Oh, come on. How do you know? You don't know that.
Number 5, play so much golf during season, thought lowest score wins. Number 4, baseball's harder to throw than explosives. Number 3. Number 3, drank Slurpee too fast, got a brain freeze. Now he's had it. He's heard everything now. He's taken a hike. That's pretty good for us. 22 minutes into the show, we've annoyed Don Knotts already. The number 2 Met excuse, didn't scratch themselves.
I gotta kiss goodbye? Look, we were both very tired last night, and there was no point in trying to straighten things out. I don't think we should wait any longer.
I'm still too angry at you.
I made a very impulsive, very smart business deal yesterday. All right, I kept you in the dark for a few hours, so why is that so upsetting?
Damien, you bought 1/3 of a television station. And you didn't just keep me in the dark. You lied to me.
Nice job. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Lovely. Thank you very much. Excellent job. Good luck on the TV station. We'll be right back with Belinda Carlisle, ladies and gentlemen.